talking about remote workforce, but first off, why don't we talk about Kevin? What is Kevin? What is Clear Leader Group? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so thanks, Paul. I'm glad to be here. Clear Leader Group is a company. My team is designed to help other teams get success out of their people. So specifically, aligning your business strategy with people strategy. If you think about every year, we go out of December with our planning, we create our KPIs, we have rocks, whatever we use to say what our revenue targets are, what we want to hit by December 31. But the thing that's really hard is to align people strategy. So if you think about what Jim Collins said about get the right people in the right seats, it's nice in theory, but most of us don't do it. So we help our folks, we use science to help them define the roles and then get the right people in those roles and see prediction of success in that. It's really good.
Obviously, we are talking because the world is fast moving to everybody working from home, and it is crazy to think that just 14 days ago, 21 days ago, there was a movement, but now it's like a just madness rush. Everybody's moving. I know our company's been crazy busy trying to help people get set up from home, and et cetera. Mm-hmm. You have been doing this actually for a really long time, and your company obviously is set up that way now. So, and I know you've got some practical advice to share. So why don't we just jump into what are the things that people need to be thinking about?
Okay, I appreciate that. My goal, I think, is to encourage managers, to encourage owners of companies to think through how do you set someone up for success. I remember 12 years ago when I was on the Johnson Controls team, I was working out of my house, and I had to be able to discipline my talent, discipline myself, be able to make choices. And some of the choices I had to work through were critical to me being able to succeed over that time. So for 12 years, I had to work out of my house. So a couple things I just want to encourage anyone who's listening that is working from home now by force because they have to, or anyone who's considering that, just a couple of things. Number one, you've got to demark a space. You have to say, this is mine. This is where I work. Like in my office here, this is the office I created. It's got a nice articulating desk. It's got everything I need. My computer's up on a platform. I've got good internet. So I set up everything I needed to be able to succeed. Shut my door. Family knows when I'm in here. I'm in here. And at that time, my kids were, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ages. So number one, you got to create a space. Number two, in that space, when you set up your technology, it needs to have some natural lighting. It's not really appropriate to work on a couch, even to sit on the edge of your bed or have your curtains closed in a cave. It tends to make productivity drop. So you have to have an environment set up outside, have some natural lighting. That's critical. I think the other thing that was big for me was using technology to meet regularly with your team. So we use all sorts of tools. I know you use Microsoft Suites. We use different other things, but the reality is you got to connect with your team. You got to be productive. So I can't make decisions independent from others on my team, whether they're engineers or whatever. So we have to hear from each other. Really helps if that video is on and not off, because then you sort of need to be dressed up for work. Can't just be looking like a scuzz. So I already said this, but dressing professionally for work, it matters. If you're sitting in shorts and you don't have your shoes on, it just says something to the psyche that says, I'm not really serious about what I'm doing. I'm not really working. So if you create yourself a space and you demark it and you have natural lighting, you dress up for work. And I think the next thing is creating to-do lists and calendar blockers to be able to identify my day starts at X time and actually start your day. I think I would actually grab my phone and I would actually put my calendar start time. It's really weird to stay downstairs by the fireplace with my coffee, which I have here, coffee in my hand, and relax and talk to my wife, Deborah, for another 30 minutes and burn time. It's really something else to say, I got to get to work and I've got to start moving. So anyway, so that's really, really important to be able to set that aside and start on time. I recommend working in blocks and making sure you get breaks at times. I'd also recommend if people are working from home, they watch the refrigerator. There's so much eating going on. It's easy to snack and just sort of relax. And you could put on 10 pounds in a heartbeat if you're not careful about your health. Also, your mental break. I think you have to get up and get outside, walk, breathe, and get away from work. One of my clients relayed that she's getting emails from her staff at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. So we're actually seeing the opposite. It's not that they're not working enough. It's actually they're not getting a break from their stuff.